All right, guys, we're back. It's Patrick, Corey, Baseballmapper boys. And today we're going to put another look at a possible road trip idea. This is for the guys' summer 2021 baseball trip that we take annually. We have another choice. We've talked about Texas. We've talked about Montana. We've talked about North Carolina. We're all over the map, right? Helps when you have a map. And today we're going to spend a little time talking about a possible trip with the guys to Kansas City.
Kansas City.
So let's type that in. Kansas City.
All right. So what we've added recently is museums.
Yeah.
So if you go to the filters over here, you can turn off everything, and you're left with the museums. So in Kansas City, we've got the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.
Have to go. I mean, last time we went to Kansas City, we never got a chance to go and do this. I don't remember doing much other than eat barbecue and go to a Royals game.
On that topic, please tell us.
Please.
We went to Joe's.
Yep.
Where else do we need to go? Interesting story.
Yeah.
We went to Joe's.
Everybody else was there.
It was over 100 degrees.
Had to be over 100 degrees. Super hot.
An hour-plus line. And
outside a gas station.
Right, outside the gas station. Talk about what we saw there.
I mean, I remember a guy. I mean, we're standing out in line. It's hot. And all of a sudden, dude falls out. He just drops, collapses, locked his knees or something.
On the sidewalk. He's out cold on the sidewalk.
Friends didn't leave the line. You don't leave the line at Joe's.
No.
You don't.
They got him. They got him up.
They're like, get him right. Get him right. Throw water
in the car.
on him.
Put the air on.
Is he not ready? Go get him out of here then. I got my burnt ends. They were professionals.
They put him in the car, cranked the air, and got back in line.
That's the shit that made us know that we needed to eat there.
Right.
I think that was like this. Okay. People are for real here. I don't know.
Right. I'm not willing to die for barbecue.
Right.
But I want
we'll
some
go back.
Barbecue. Tell us where to go.
Where else do we go? Make sure you comment on this for sure. So we got to do that. But last time, and I guess half of our group has been, but the other half hasn't. So that's what makes Kansas City an option. Plus, there's a little bit of a reunion with some of my military buddies as well. Could get a big group together, make it a full-on party, have a good time out there. So, Negro Leagues Museum, like you had mentioned, one of the things we want to do this year is that people like us who are traveling around or looking for baseball games to attend, we want to see baseball stuff. Whether it's birthplaces, statues, museums, the more we find, the more we know to add to the map, we will.
Yeah, I think we've got 15 or so museums and birthplaces and things. Let us know more. We did a Twitter post and we got 5 extra.
It was great.
I started with 10. So all the feedback and help on that would definitely be appreciated.
So if we spend a weekend in Kansas City, we've got to go to the museum. Got to go to Negro Leagues Museum. Hopefully get to see Bob Kendrick while we're there. Want to be able to talk to them, see all the great memorabilia they have there. One of a kind opportunity. Definitely going to make that as well. Of course, we're going to check out a Royals game, which one of our friends is a big Royals fan, so we'll check that out as well. That's a great ballpark. What do you remember about the last time we were there?
I remember driving up and the rental car saying 104 degrees, right? And
I think that's why we stopped going in August.
God, that was brutal.
It was a hot day.
That was brutal. And I remember spending time in a museum in the outfield.
Right. That was the Royals. One of the cool things about that ballpark, Kauffman Stadium, they have the Royals Hall of Fame Museum. So you got all kinds of George Brett memorabilia. I remember when we went, it was actually before they won a World Series recently with Eric Hosmer and Salvador Perez and that group of guys. So they were really celebrating the 80s. It was like it was a lot of Dan Quisenberries and that kind of stuff. Bo Jackson. Right? But now I'm sure that museum has been updated. We have a lot more to see inside. Great museum inside a ballpark.
It's air conditioned.
It is air conditioned. We enjoyed it for a long period of time. So maybe if we go there this summer, we got to do that again. That's not a big deal for sure. So one of the other big things that's in the Kansas City area is the Kansas City Monarchs. You know, one of the things, if you take a look here, I think it's over there to the left. There you go. Yes. If you take a look at the Monarchs, they rebranded. This was an independent league team in the American Association. It used to be the Kansas City T-Bones.
Yeah.
But they announced one of the things after, I don't think they played last year during 2020. They were not one of the American Association teams that did. So they announced kind of a special announcement coming on, and sure enough, they rebranded to bring back the old school Kansas City Monarchs from the Negro Leagues Museum.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for them. They're one of the most clicked. You can see the links on their little pop-up here. They're one of the most clicked teams from our website, so people are interested in their stuff. So it's
right, and it makes me feel like a lot of people are possibly planning a trip to Kansas City. We're not alone,
right?
Yeah, so that might be something worth seeing too. We got to see if we can coordinate catching a Royals game, catching a Monarchs game, and also going to the Negro Leagues Museum and all the barbecue we can handle.
Yeah, so just in case, I'm not sure if the Monarchs work out with our schedule, but we've got a lot of options along the way, coming from the Chicago area. So hopefully we can get a game in if that's not possible.
Right.
Quincy Gems is always one I wanted to see.
Right. If we make our way through Southern Illinois on our way there, this is a road trip. Kansas City would actually be a driving trip for us. Not all of these would have been. We've talked about places like Texas, Montana, and North Carolina, all in a plane. Kansas City, what was it, an 8-hour drive from us?
I don't know. It was a long drive.
It is a long drive. It's on the very edge of what we're willing to do in a car. Yeah. But if there's a stop along the way, catch something in Southern Illinois or something, and then make the final way to Kansas City to kind of wrap up and then hang out with all of our friends, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Man, it looks like Kansas City could be an option.
How many options we got left? What is this, 4?
This is the fourth one.
Option?
So option D officially for the guys. Have you got an email back from the guys?
I'm still waiting on feedback.
Still waiting on feedback.
What weekends are available so we can figure out, how it works out with the team schedules and travel schedules, work schedules.
I'm sure if you are planning trips too, you're planning what works with your work and your family schedule, the sports schedule for your kids. When you bring a bunch of guys together who all have those situations, your kids, my kids, all of those, we're trying to always coordinate. I'm sure you guys are going through the same thing. But when you know the options you have on the map, always check out the map. You'll be surprised at the amount of baseball you can find along the way. Or, now that we've added in 2021, baseball-related items on baseballmapper.com. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, at Baseballmapper. We're trying to bring you closer to baseball. That's what we want to do. And we're hoping to find a lot of things along the way. And if you're planning your trips, maybe you will too. Until next time.